Neighbor's got a couple bare spots in his lawn that have been here for at least a year, and today we're going to patch these up for him so that he's got nice, beautiful green grass growing as soon as possible. All right, so today we're going to do a few steps to fix these bare spots. One, we're going to take our garden weasel and we're going to break this up. Then we're going to scoop out some of the dirt since it's got some moss in it. I want to make sure this has the best chance to grow. Then we're going to put some topsoil on it, put our seed down, run our garden weasel through the new soil to push it down, and then we're going to add a little bit more soil on top, and then we'll cover it with some peat moss. And I know there's a lot of controversy around it, but I've used it last year to fix a bare spot that I had. It's what I have on hand, and it's very difficult to get straw in small quantities like we need here today. So we're going to get started. We're going to break this up and scoop this out on both spots. And one of the tools that I think every DIYer should have in their tool shed is one of these, a garden weasel, also known as a cultivator. A lot of gardeners use this, but it also has a lot of uses outside of the garden. Use one of these with these pointy edges. You see that it's got all these points. It's got extra adjustments so you can take these out to fit in tight spaces, but all you have to do is roll it over the area and it starts to break it up. What's really nice about this garden weasel is that very little effort is required. We're going to break all this up. Now, if you just had a bare spot in the yard or some thin spots, you could use the garden weasel and break up your soil, add your seed, and put it in. But for what we're going to do today, we've got some areas of moss here. Which I have a video on that. We're going to break this up pretty good. You can see how easy and how quickly this is broken up. All right, we got that part done. I'm scooping out all this, what I broke up on top. Yeah, we'll grab this. This is Scott's lawn soil. So we're gonna take some of this. We don't need, that one smells like it's got some manure in it.
That smell, what's that smell?
What smell?
I'm just gonna break this up. Fill in what we took out. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of bagged soil you get. It all comes in this clump. And this is what I think is an important step, is just smashing this down a little bit. Helps keep it in place. When you water, at least the first bit won't cause it to run off. And you should do the same thing when you put the seed down. So this is ready for seed. So we're going to grab Scott's Sun and Shade mix. So we're just liberally going to throw this down. You don't want too much or too little. That'll help. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our garden weasel. Again, this is something that everybody should have in their arsenal of tools. And we're just going to take this and we're going to lightly, real light, we're just going to rake it in. Now, on a normal repair, putting the soil down that's optional. We're doing it here because we want to get rid of some of that old soil that's got the moss in it. So this spot's done. We're going to make sure that this is all, we're going to stomp this in. This guarantees seed to soil contact. And now we're just going to cover this up with a little bit more. Not too much, but we want to make sure we get it covered. Beautiful. Look at that. Still see some of the seed, that's fine. We'll come back, we're gonna finish the other bed, and then we'll top it all with peat moss. We're doing just a regular like overseed. If you said, I don't care about the moss, I'm just gonna break it up. Literally, you're just gonna go in here, break it up. You'll take some grass seed, and you're just gonna spread it in here. And then you're just gonna take your garden weasel, and you would just press it in, and then use your foot. And that would be a normal seed job. You don't want to mess on your hands. You should wear gloves because it's like, it almost looks like dirt, right? But yeah, it almost looks like chewed up mulch. I'm going to spread this around. Again, peat moss will absorb moisture and hold on to it so that when it rains or when you water it, performs the same function as straw. And again, the most important part of the peat moss, or whether you put straw on it, is to make sure the birds don't see the seed with their side eye.
Ain't no side eye like a Roy Kent side eye.
I'm just gonna put this in. Now you're gonna want to make sure that this gets watered over the next 2 to 3 weeks for it to come up, and then after 2 weeks you can fertilize, although this seed already had fertilizer in it. But that's it. Step 1, we broke up the soil. Step 2, we scooped out all the old soil because of the moss. Step 3, we put new soil in. Step 4, put the seed down. Step 5, more soil. And step 6 was adding the peat moss. You know, realistically, you could do this in 3 steps. Break up the soil, throw down your seed, rake it back in. The garden weasel is what takes over for your rake. You don't need a rake if you use the garden weasel, because honestly, I think it works better. If you guys have any questions on how to repair a bare spot in your lawn, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Boom. I love that thing. Mike, that's what you need. Add that to your list. I'm telling you, there must be poop in here. You definitely don't want to eat. You don't want to grab in like a bag of potato chips or